would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Sports Animal. Now is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, rivalry week rolls. We got a trophy for the winner. Baseball is bonkers. And the Giants have a new starting quarterback. You're a lot more popular when you're the backup quarterback than when you're the starting quarterback and you lose. I'm just going to tell you. You're a lot more popular when you're the guy they want to come in and you haven't lost the game yet. But that's a whole other story. We'll get there as well. Lots to do on a Wednesday, and buenos dias. Good morning to you. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. It is the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. I would say how you living, but oh, there you are. I thought you walked down the hall. How you living? You all right?
Very busy.
All right. You okay? All right. Let me know what I want to talk to you, man. I watched the Mets last night. Mets came back and won. They were down 6-1 when I turned it on. They ended up winning the game. I think it was 8-7. I watched the Guardians catch the Tigers. What did I tell you yesterday? If they don't win, if the Tigers don't win yesterday with Skubal on the mound, it's over. Tigers were up 2-0 in the sixth. Their ace kind of fell apart. They fell apart. Guardians beat them 5-2. The Tigers were up 11 games on September 4th. What is today? September 24th? 20 days ago? They were up 11 games. It is even with 5 to go. The Guardians have caught them. I mean, I'd love to sit here and tell you I think the Tigers are coming back. I like the Tigers a lot. Sitting in their ballpark. When was I in their ballpark? It feels like it was August 20-something. They were up 10 games on Kansas City. Kansas City's not even a factor anymore. But Cleveland has come and caught the Tigers in the American League Central. 5 games left. Mariners beat the Rockies, because everybody does, 4-3. Mariners clinch a playoff berth. They are up 4 games on the Astros, who got beat by Sacramento's Athletics yesterday. So the Mariners are in the playoffs. Yankees clinch a playoff spot. They're still a game back of Toronto in the American League East. And then there's the Dodgers. And Dodger fan, you got I woke up to this text. And it was one of my buddies back in Cali. And it said Andy Friedman, who's the general manager for the Dodgers, did almost nothing at the trade deadline to fix the bullpen. Ownership directive or hubris on Friedman's part. The Diamondbacks just walked off the Dodgers 5-4. This is Tanner Scott's 10th blown save of the year. Shohei Ohtani's gem gone to waste. Absolutely unacceptable. Can we get someone else a try at closing before we go to the playoffs? Tanner Scott blew another save. Ohtani threw 6 innings yesterday. 91 pitches. Struck out 8, gave up 5 hits, didn't walk a batter. Dodgers were up 2-0 when he, or 4-0 when he left. Arizona, who is clinging to their wild card hopes, came all the way back, walked the Dodgers off in the desert in the 9th. 5-4 is the final. Padres won yesterday. They beat Milwaukee. Dodgers lead us down to a 1.5 games. JJ, I don't even care at this point. I mean, I do, but I don't. If LA wins the West, and they may, they're 1.5 games up. Although, look, I got to stick to what I told you at the trade deadline. I thought San Diego was going to catch him, and the Dodgers starting pitching has been phenomenal. When you look at the rotation, and this used to matter a ton. You said, look what Yamamoto and now Ohtani and Snell and Gosling and even Kershaw are doing. Look what their starters are doing. Dodgers starting pitching is terrific. But JJ, in today's baseball, it doesn't matter, I don't think. Because starters give you 6 innings, they consider that a great outing, because then you turn it over to your bullpen, because I got my 7th inning guy, and then I got my 8th inning guy, and then I got my 9th inning guy, and they all come in and they all throw 102, and they're gas cans. Dodger fan, you should be worried. I don't care what anybody tells you at this point. There's 5 games left in the season. What's 9 and 8? 17? Yeah. 5 games left. They're still in first place. They're going to make the playoffs. But what makes you feel that you're going to go in and you're going to play Philadelphia, or you're going to play Milwaukee, or hell, you're going to play the damn Padres? Or the Mets or the Cubs or whoever it is you get? What makes you feel good about late inning situations in the playoffs, and that's where they all come down to? Yeah, you got great starting pitching. All right, so you're up 4-1 when you turn it over to your bullpen in the 6th or the 7th. And then you should be nervous, man. Lots to do today. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here. Area code 505-246-0610. Your emails come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You can find us on the Twitter. It's _JJ Buck. You can find us on TV, on Comcast or Xfinity Channel 26 around the state of New Mexico. Adrian's producing this morning, as he always does. Glad you're feeling better, my friend. Welcome back. We're also on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and the YouTube channel for ProView Network. Steve from Michigan said the Tigers' lead was 14 games in July. Yeah, it was. Yeah. You know what their lead is now? None. They've been caught. JG, think of collapses. There's been great collapses. The Mets in 60 whatever is famous. I don't want to say 60, well, they won it in 69. Whatever year the Cubs came back and got them. It used to be one of those stories of my youth. Oh, they would all tell me, oh, the Mets collapsed. JJ, if you're a Michigan sports fan, I'm going to guess this goes down as one of, if they pull this off, they finish this collapse. And I see no reason to think they're coming out of this tailspin. Do you? I mean, they lose with Scooble on the mound last night. They had a lead late in the game. They've lost, 10 of their last 11? You tell me what makes you think they're coming out of it. They've dropped 11 games in 20 days. It's insanity. I don't have a bigger class. Maybe you do. All right, we'll get into what Jason Eck had to say yesterday. He had his press conference. It is rivalry week. So did Tony Sanchez. We got a trophy for the Rio Grande rivalry. And is it Rio Grande rivalry or is it Rio Grande rivalry? I always like rivalry of enchantment, so I will stick with that because that's what I like. You eat what you like, I'll eat what I like. We'll all get fat and happy. The chili roaster, by the way, JJ, it's a full size. It's not like some little. I was talking to Grammer about this yesterday. Jeff Grammer said he's got this new trophy. The students have come up with both student sections. There's a newly created chili roaster trophy that'll be awarded to the winner. Now I want to start making up the lore of it, Back in 1942, old Spike Campbell had this chili roaster out, and Bubba Thompson came over with a bunch of chilies that they stole from. Don't you want some good story? With a bunch of really cool names from the 30s and 40s?
Hasn't there been some trophies back and forth, but really nothing consistent, which is kind of crazy. It's taking until 2025 for someone to put some effort behind it.
Well, there was like a corporate trophy. There was like the Maloof trophy for a while, I want to say. Then there was a bank sponsor or something, I want to say, that was on it in the early 2000s.
Because you know that's going to last.
Yeah, right? I'm down with this, except for it looks like it's like brand. It literally looks like you went down to Home Depot and bought this beautiful new chili roaster. It's for a rivalry that's playing its 115th game, and I'm down. Look, I'm not poo-pooing the trophy. I absolutely love the ingenuity, the initiative that the two student sections have taken. That they've gotten together on this. I love the concept, but it's for a series that's 115 years old. Man, give me the old bronze boot. You know, give me the old spittoon. This looks like a brand new chili roaster that they just assembled from Home Depot. It's way too freshly, cleanly painted.
Because it is brand new.
I know. I understand it. I know. And that's why I want some story about it. I want it was dug up in a barn and hatch, and you know, old Bubba Thompson back in the day used to throw his football against it. That's how this was his tackling dummy. Don't you want some? I mean, all right, cool. I'm glad we got some. Don't get me wrong. I'm really not trying to poo-poo it. But doesn't it feel like for a 115-year-old rivalry, there should have been some old something somewhere?
It's a missed opportunity for two teams that have been playing this long that don't have anything. I appreciate the student section. I was talking with Carlos Tenorio about it last Friday, and I really appreciate that there's people that care, that are trying to bring back the excitement, not just around all level athletics, but especially football. It's neat. Now, I don't know if it's one you can like run onto the field with.
No, because it's full-size damn chili.
So that's true. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Wheel it around. Let's go.
I'm down with it. Grammer was obviously on a story that he was writing, and I just now I hadn't even looked at his story yet, and he's talking about the Maloof Trophy, which he's, right, from 93 to 2000. I guess nobody knows where it is. And then he was talking about, there was a bank on it that Wells Fargo had bought into First Security, and there was no sponsor. So if you don't have a sponsor, you can't have a trophy. Come on, man. If you don't have a sponsor, you can't have a trophy?
That's ridiculous.
I mean, in a state that is this rich in tradition and in heritage and in culture, in a series that has been played now 115 times on Saturday, shouldn't there be some old spigot and shovel or spittoon or boot or chili roaster?
Yes.
So 115 years from now, they'll go back way back in 2025. A writer named Jeff Grammer. I guess they probably won't talk about that, right? I don't know how they'll talk in 2025. Came up with this damn trophy. All right, that's what you got. When we get back, there's a ton of NFL stuff. Giants have a new quarterback. Micah Parsons I don't know if you heard about this. He used to be a Cowboy. He's going back to AT&T Stadium. I got my thoughts on this video. Everybody's all pissed off that they're not doing a tribute video to Micah Parsons. I got my thoughts, and I'm sure you do as well. What Eck had to say, Mike Gundy got fired yesterday. He's a man. He's 56. Come at me. If you have a job for him, come at him. Call him. He's a man. He'll build your program. It's the opening drive, 505-246-0610. He is J.J. Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Thank you for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, The question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is
I don't know who's going to be where. I don't know who's going to win the National League West. I think I know who's going to win the American League West. Mariners are up by 4 now. AL Central's dead heat. Wild card. Reds and Arizona are 1 game behind the Mets. What a big comeback for the Mets last night. Yeah, they were down 6-1. So that's all there for you. We got football for you tomorrow night. Seahawks and Cardinals on your home for the National Football League, which is this radio station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. If you're listening to the NFL, you are listening to the Sports Animal. Thank you for remembering that. Very cool. The football here on the Sports Animal, the NFL coverage, it's presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, now open in the Winrock Town Center. Thank you to them. All right, NFL, JJ, because the NFL rules the world, I imagine. I don't know that I'm surprised, but I don't know that I'm not. 3 games in. I don't know what the over-under was for the Giants going to the bullpen and going to get Jacksonville. But they did. The Giants benched Russell Wilson yesterday, and so that's over. I got a number of thoughts on this whole thing when it comes to Russ. Let's hit the headline first. Jackson Dart's first home start will go against the undefeated Chargers at home this weekend. They're 0-3. They still have Jameis Winston on the roster. Is Russ the backup, or is Russ been demoted all the way down? Do you know? I don't think so, right?
Don't have the official depth chart yet.
All right. Russ was back. It's kind of crazy. Russ throws the moon ball the week before. He could throw it up in the air and guys run under it. Didn't even do that last week. No surprise. The pressure was insane. I don't know if this comes down from Joe Shane, who's the general manager. I don't know if this comes from the Maras, the family, the ownership family. I don't know if this is a Brian Dable decision, who's the head coach. I kind of feel like it's the right decision because it's probably time. You went and got him. You think your team's decent. You thought your roster was pretty good, right? Going in, you thought the rest of your roster was pretty good. Now, Tyrone Tracy just got hurt. You have a couple of weapons on offense. Your defense is all right. You're 0-3. Your schedule's brutal. Your schedule is flat out brutal. I think this is the right time. Do you feel the same way?
It comes down to understanding that there's still going to be bumps in the road with Jackson Dart.
Promise.
And in the world you live in, the intense media scrutiny in New York, fans are going to be screaming, he's going to have 3 or 4 bad games, and he's going to be a bust.
Mm-hmm.
It's the classic, tried and true, trust the process. And it's easy to say, harder to do. And if there was a legit process with this, and hey, we just want to get into the season, get some game weeks under our belt, and then give Jackson Dart the start, there wasn't going to be an easy handoff. The only quote-unquote easy handoff would be at the Saints, but that's still game 1 for a rookie quarterback. So they do it the week before. You're at home, you get the Chargers, and then you go play an NFL schedule. And you got to take your lumps. And maybe Jackson Dart catches fire, and all of a sudden this offense has life, and then you feel like you found your franchise quarterbacks. But whether it's Brian Dable, front office, but really specifically ownership, is when you go to the rookie, you got to give it time. Because the last thing you want to do is have a Bryce Young situation where then you start going back and forth, and you either got to say, hey, we're going to ride this out regardless. And I think part of that, too, is then realizing what's next with Russell Wilson. Maybe even say, appreciate you starting those 3 games. Peace out at Dart and Winston the rest of the way. But once you make this move, which it was going to come at some point this season when it was 3 games or 8 games, you ride it to the end.
So, there's so much there. The most popular guy on the team is the backup quarterback, especially on a team that stinks. Okay? The New York vocabulary is a very interesting vocabulary. By the way, the Denver defense is sitting on it. Is that a good pickup? They play Denver's defense next in a couple weeks. This is. I'm trying to put this the right way. There's no patience in any fan base. Okay, there's no patience in any fan base. And I look at this thing. I think it's the right move because I think Russ is cooked. I just do. And I've told you that for 2 years. I just don't think there's anything left. Their schedule is insanity. They get the Chargers this week. Then they get that game against the Saints. If they don't beat the Saints, and they may not, because the Saints will look at that as their chance too. But if they don't beat the Saints, this thing turns sour immediately. I promise you. And then they get the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles, the Niners, the Bears, the Packers, the Lions.
Oh, my.
Where's the break? You say the break is against the Saints. JJ, is this to get his feet wet this week? Because everybody said do it against the Saints. I don't mind.
It's not easy.
Nothing's easy.
Just play quarterback in the NFL,
That's
even
right.
if you're playing the New Orleans Saints.
That's right. 100%. There's nothing easy. This fan base will turn on Jackson Dart the week that they lose to the Saints. And they will lose to the Saints. That's where the Saints are getting. Do you think I'm wrong?
No, it's entirely possible. Like, this is the NFL. It's an easy thing to talk about and using things like bust and sucks and this or that. But Jackson Dart, I like the fact that he's starting this week against a really tough opponent.
Yep.
And it could be bad. But then the other side of this is, yes, this is why you drop someone in the first round. It's the hope of what happens, and it clicks.
Yep.
And you find your rhythm. CJ Stroud in Houston, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, we just won back-to-back 10-win seasons in one playoff game. That's the steps you're trying to take. And for Jackson Dart, process is now. Like, you're going to play good teams in the NFL. Bad teams are going to have their moment. And you just laid it out. The Saints are now feeling like, all right, Jackson Dart, rookie quarterback on the other side, welcome to New Orleans.
Yeah. What does it mean for Russ? What does it mean for Russ in the immediate and long term? I've told you for, I don't know. I mean, when he got to Denver, I don't see it. I still don't see it. I haven't seen it. You guys show me numbers. Oh, he's this cool. My eyes have just told me that it's not there, that he hasn't won since he left Seattle. I just don't see it. Okay, and I don't think people in the locker room buy his act. I just, nothing against Russell Wilson the person.
Well, what are we expecting from Russ? When they drafted Jackson Dart, you knew it was a placeholder.
Yep.
Last year, Mike Tomlin was all in on Russell Wilson for some reason. Got him to the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not that dude. But who's expecting him to be that dude? No one. Yeah, he was a starting quarterback. But once they drafted Jackson Dart, you knew it was, he's just there until they're comfortable with Jackson Dart starting.
And I don't even think they're comfortable with Jackson Dart starting yet, but they're just not comfortable with Russell Wilson starting. I firmly believe.
Play Jameis Winston. Like, if you do not believe in this kid yet, then what are you doing? And then you look right up at ownership.
Why is Jameis there? Now, I think New York fan base would have lost their ever-loving mind if they benched Russ and went to Jameis.
No, that's the one dude that people love regardless.
But because, and this is where, be careful, okay? Because
Brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture.
I think there may be some fool's gold in this. Jackson Dart was really good in the preseason, right? That's where he got everybody's attention. That's where Giant fans put in the kid, where's Jackson Dart? Put in the rookie, he's throwing darts all over the place. Look, what the hell are we doing with this old guy, Russ? Get the old man out of there, right? Who the hell was he playing against in preseason, JJ? I promise you it wasn't the San Diego, or the Chargers.
It wasn't the Chargers starting defense.
Yeah, I promise. It wasn't even what he's going to see next week in New Orleans. So be careful. The guy, I'm rooting for Jackson Dart. There's a lot to like about him. I like a young quarterback who goes in and has all this moxie and has everything I hear about him. I like. Just be careful and be patient, and I know they won't be. And they may ruin this kid too. I don't know. Look, I'm fine with him playing. I like him starting here. Go to work. But this week you get the Chargers. The Saints aren't that damn bad on defense, although they got destroyed last week, but a lot with special teams and defense. After that, you're going Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, Niners, Bears, Packers, Lions. I mean, as good as the SEC is, man, this ain't Georgia's defense. This ain't Alabama. This ain't Mississippi State. It's going to be interesting. I'd love your thoughts. 505-246-0610. And what of Russ's legacy? Has Russ done so much damage in his last X number of years that I don't want to say erased what he did in Seattle, but balanced it to where, Russ won a Super Bowl, but I know a lot of you think he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not there. 15th most yards in the history of the NFL. Numbers are numbers. But I'm not sure I'm there. You can convince me at 505-246-0610. Hey, I got a jewelry store. I got a, like, the spot. If you are looking for any jewelry, whether it's stud earrings, a necklace, or certainly a ring, John Thomas Jewelers is your spot. And if you're getting engaged, there's nowhere else to go. You want the ring that she's going to love forever. How do you know she's going to love that ring before you give it to her? At John Thomas Jewelers, they've created what's called the No Regrets Engagement Ring. Now, right now, they got over 3,000 bridal sets for you to go look at. You can go pick out, best selection anywhere. If they don't have exactly what you want, they will create it for you. You design it. You see that ring in 3D, a ring that you can preview in 3D printed wax so you can hold it before they make it in precious metal. If she wants something different, you would get an entire year to redesign it even after you propose. There's no penalty, not even a custom-made rings. All their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. It's the No Regrets engagement ring. It is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go by and see them. 3rd floor, Louisville University building. They're on Louisiana, 1 block south of the Mall, right across the Coronado Mall. See why they've been voted the best jewelry store in Albuquerque for 5 straight years and voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
9 o'clock, we'll wrap rivalry with Ryder on the Radio, the beat writer for Lobo football over at the Albuquerque Journal. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Baseball's insane as well. Get in on the baseball all day if you want. Guardians have caught the Tigers. They beat them 5-2. Tigers were up, 2-0 in the sixth with Scooble on the mound, their stud, and then they fell apart, man. So that 11-game lead from September 4th is gone. It's even with 5 to go. Dodgers walk off the Diamondbacks walk off the Dodgers in the desert last night. Shohei pitched 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 5 hits, turns over a shutout lead to the bullpen, and they were brutal again. And I just walk. It's insane. So the Padres won. Diamondbacks were 1 game out of a wild card spot. Mets came back from a 6-1 deficit yesterday. They win in Chicago. Hold on to that final spot. Let's go to you, 505-246-0610. Miguel, good morning. Thanks for holding your on these Sports Animal. What's up, Miguel?
Good morning, gentlemen. Shohei the Money Ohtani.
Yep.
Man, I'll tell you this. If that guy's healthy at the beginning of every year, just give him the MVP. He is the best. 6 innings last night. I was at the game. The guy he's amazing and deserves MVP. I don't care what. But I love it. I love how he pitches his butt off. Almost pitches 100. Almost has 100 pitches for the night. They pull him. Gets through 6 innings. 7th inning comes in. Diamondbacks score 3 runs. They walk it off in the ninth. We're seeing the Diamondbacks may not lose the rest of the season. They got 2 more against the Dodgers, and they got to go on the road and finish the season with 3 at Milwaukee. I don't know that Milwaukee even has anything to play for. They got the best record in the NL. The Mets are in free fall. I know
won
they
last
came
night
back yesterday from being down 6-1. I need the Cubs to show up, and so the Diamondbacks get into the playoffs. Counting on the Cubs to do the right things, kind of scary. I wish I didn't have to do it, but I don't think I think the Mets are just they're going to continue free-falling. And I tell you, the Dodgers fans are the most knowledgeable fans in baseball. Yankee fans will argue that all day long. I don't care. That's my opinion.
Why do you say that?
But they're also the most arrogant fans in baseball. And I loved it last night. I go to a few games a year. I try to always go when the Dodgers are in town. I usually don't stay 9 innings because I gotta wake up and go to work in the morning. But when we scored those 3 runs in the 7th, I stayed, and because the Dodgers fans take over Chase Field whenever they're in town. It was just beautiful, just completely beautiful. I just wanted to share that.
No, appreciate it. And check in with us because I think the Diamondbacks have a shot. The Reds are playing really well too. Mets were dead in the water yesterday. They were down 6-1, came back and win in Chicago, which is huge for them because they've been scuffling, and otherwise you'd be tied for that spot. But Tanner Scott and that bullpen blew up again, man. It's the Dodgers starting pitching is terrific. Diamondbacks are nice, and what Torey Lovello does with that team late in the season is pretty amazing. And I mean, you haven't talked about Arizona all year, right?
Stay consistent, stay right there, and I know Michael Conforto, get it, but it's been Tanner Scott, the bigger problem for that team all season long.
Yeah, yep, and that's their closer, and he's blown 10 saves on the season. Blew another one yesterday. It's brutal. Mariners clinched last night. They are up by 4. They clinch a playoff berth and close to clinching their first division title since 2001. That was the year they won 116 games. Who's your favorite in the American League? Nobody's talking Toronto because they're in Canada. Is Toronto the best team? I thought the Tigers were mid-season. I thought it was the Tigers. I really did. Obviously not. Here come the Yankees. They're only a game back. Toronto's nice. Boston's sitting there holding on to the final wild card by a game. Who do you like? I love me some Seattle, man. I think they got some pitching. I know the networks don't want Seattle versus Toronto, but you might get that.
Yeah, the what's interesting about the Blue Jays is they're a 90-win team with an ERA over 4 for their pitching staff.
They score.
Okay.
But yeah,
what wins games in the the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd look at. If the Blue Jays are confident that they can get that back into the bullpen, they do have an offense that is, it's really nice. What Bichette has done this season, do have young guys. They brought up some pitchers this season. Just going with confidence. They're a team that stayed ahead in New York and Boston all season long. It's one game over the Yankees, but all you need confidence at this point in the season. It's a game of runs late in the year. You can weather the storm throughout the summer. There's a lot of baseball, but we've seen it year over year over year. Like this, you get hot right now. That's why wild card teams go on runs.
Yeah,
that's baseball.
100%. No, and that's why you look at Arizona. You look what Cleveland's doing. I mean, until Cleveland cools off, why would you think they're not going to continue to grow?
Yeah, well, and then just the one baseball moment I can still enjoy. I think back when the Rockies went on their run, they weren't a good team all year long, but they won like the last 21 games of the season. You're like, that's insane, and they rode that all the way to the World Series.
Yeah, no, they got hot and they ran it, and that's how it can end up. Toronto, Seattle would be something. I'm pretty sure they're expansion brothers. They came into the league at the same time. Right, I want to say Arizona, Tampa Bay are, and then Seattle and Toronto are as well. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. Oklahoma State made the move yesterday. Your thoughts on that? I've got some on Mike Gundy and his run at Oklahoma State, because everything comes to an end at some point. And you don't always get to choose when you go out. Mike Gundy isn't very happy about it. Oklahoma State fans not very happy about the way things are. So that ended maybe a couple days later than people thought. Kind of weird that it was on a Tuesday as opposed to, they lost on Friday night, right? Like what were those conversations over the last 3 days? Who made that decision? I thought the timing was interesting on that, but we'll get into that as well. 505-246-0610 with Sean Ryder joining us at 9 o'clock. Property crime's real in this town. You are well aware of that. If you've not been a victim, you know somebody who has. So what are you doing about it? IPS is affordable private security. They've been protecting my home for years. I trust them. I know you can as well. They keep the bad guys away. You see them everywhere in town. You see them in your hood. You see them at the store. You see them everywhere because it works. They catch criminals in the act. They protect your property. They provide standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They will install an alarm system and camera system. State-of-the-art facility monitors it all 24/7. This raises the level of security around your home and around your business. So who's watching your home? Who's watching your business when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys and not the bad guys, because if you wait to be a victim, it is then too late. IPS is at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. International Protective Service, passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at...
JJ kind of dug into that a little bit. The Luke Fickell buyout is $28 million. I believe X buyout right now is $4 million. So they got to come up with $32 million plus pay him, right? Pay him what, $4 or $5 million a year. So they got to come up with about $37 million, $35, $36 million. I was talking to a Wisconsin alum yesterday with whom I work at ESPN, and you know, there's a lot of money there. There's a lot of hedge fund people who could write a check. Are they willing to do that to get Luke Fickell out? So. I don't know. Are you as certain as everybody else is that they're going to make a move at Wisconsin? Maybe at the end of the season?
Never say never, even when the buyouts are extreme, because you sign those deals for a reason when it comes to all the money that you bring into your university, and then you got to be willing to eat it if it doesn't go your way, and when that job potentially comes open, then you got to look at the success of Jason A.
Yeah, and he's 3 games in, so let's see what happens. Bigger story in Oklahoma. John Mateer broke his hand, and he's out for a month, or Mike Gundy got fired after however long, 21 years, whatever he was there. Yeah, 21 years. I mean, those are 2 big stories in Oklahoma.
You know, Mateer was in the Heisman conversation.
Probably the front runner, right?
team has playoff aspirations, goes down with a broken hand. Gundy, everyone knew that the clock had struck midnight. It was just, are they actually going to do that and let him go at Oklahoma State?
So, Chad Weiberg is the athletic director at Oklahoma State, and they're out to a 1-2 start. They beat, I think it was Tennessee Martin to open the season. Then they got absolutely chewed and spit out in Eugene, 69-3 by the Ducks. After Mike Gundy was talking, well, I mean, they got all this money. Okay. So keep talking. And then they came home and lost to a Tulsa team that New Mexico State had beaten the week before, 19-12 at home. They didn't win a conference game last year. I think they've lost 11 or 12 straight against FBS teams. 21 years at Oklahoma State, which means he had success. You don't last somewhere 21 years if you didn't have success. I'm not sure why it went till Tuesday, and it had to be a really weird weekend. They played on Friday. And I think you and I saw this as he was walking off the field on Friday night after that game, right? As we're watching TV, you're like, wow, that's it. That dude's done. I didn't get the same feeling with Dabo as I watched him walk off the field losing to Syracuse, although I'm getting close to it. Another gigantic buyout there, by the way. But so he was the second longest tenured FBS head football coach, 21 years. Kirk Ferentz has been at Iowa since 1999. So this is the quote from the athletic director, Chad Weiberg. I expected the results of the season to be different than they've been so far. That goes back to the expectation level that Coach Gundy has set for this program. We have higher expectations than that. So when it doesn't appear that that was not going to be met, it felt like for the good of the program, it was time to make this decision so that we could start the process of getting the program where we want it to be. That's the canned response. Just a different flavor, whatever. Gundy was told on Tuesday morning that he was out. Weiberg talked about handling it right. And this is another one, man. As much as, here's a 58-year-old man. There's a $15 million buyout. That's so, I mean, like Gundy walks away, here's $15 million to go. Show me the door, man. I told him, show me the door.
Good old Coach out.
How will he be remembered? I know there's a bunch of you who are Oklahoma State
That he's the man and he's 40.
That will be that's outside the program. That's what you and me and those who don't follow the program.
That's the national perspective.
100%. It will always be. And I watched that press conference because they showed it to me 3 times yesterday. It is class. You make me want to puke. How he did it, and he walked off. It was class. He was not offered the opportunity to stay through the end of the season. Doug Meacham, who's the offensive coordinator, is in his first year. He's going to serve as the interim. They play Baylor on Saturday. All right, here's a guy who's the winningest program or coach in the history of the program. They had heights, they had lows. They were 3-9 last year, their first losing season since 2005. Does that matter? Or is it, what have you done for me lately? They haven't had a losing season at Oklahoma State since 2005. They were 3-9 last year, now they're 1-2. It's a tough one to lose to Tulsa after just getting and you know what? If they were competitive with Oregon, maybe it doesn't happen. I think the embarrassment, the sting of just getting absolutely paddled by the Ducks had a big part in this. But the AD was talking about the long-term health of the program. Quote, I get that there's things right here in the here and now, this week, today, tomorrow. But we also have to be looking for what's better for the program over the next 2 years, 5 years. All right. So Oklahoma State fans are going to remember him as well. I mean, he's the winningest coach in the history of the game. These things rarely end well. Rocky Long is the winningest coach in the history of global football, right?
They were 12-2 and won the Fiesta Bowl in 2021.
That's correct. That's
had a 10-4 record in 2023.
That's what I'm telling you.
And then the bottom has fallen out. And it's one where maybe you could eat it, but when Gundy started making excuses and he's going national with it, and even before you played Oregon, he's laying the foundation of why Oregon was going to blow your doors off. it's either embrace the moment, realize this is the game you're playing, figure out how to do it, or if you're going to make excuses and get blown out and not have any trajectory of, all right, this is how we're getting out of it, this is what we're doing, even when you've been there, done that for that long, you've had that much success, they're going to move on.
Yeah. Well, this is the AD kind of addressing that, right? Talking about the money in the NIL and the revenue share and the resources. Quote, this is not an inexpensive football team that we have on this field this season. The decision in no way should take away from the years of success Oklahoma State football has had under Coach Gundy's leadership. Thanks to him. We know winning the Big 12 championship, going to the college football playoff, competing for championships are realistic goals. They remain attainable goals. But the stakes are high, competition is intense. It will be critically important for the OSU family to unite behind the next leader of Cowboy football. End quote. That's like, we need all y'all to open up and spend more. But damn it, for him to go out there and say we don't have the resources is not right. They may not have Oregon's resources, but they shouldn't get beat 69-4. Right? Idaho went to Oregon last year and lost 27-17. You shouldn't be going up there and getting beat 69-3. But what will be remembered? Well, to your point, Fiesta Bowl 2 years ago at 10-2, or 4 years ago at 10-2, or what was it? Yeah, 3 years ago. It's always the most recent. But when he walks away, is that guy going back one day and getting a statue? And
it will be better in the future.
And it's just going to say, I'm a man. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Your home for the NFL, the Super Bowl, the NCAA tournament, and the Final Four. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, baseball's down to 5 games left. The playoffs will start next week. It's getting interesting. Dodger fan, you're puckering, and you should be. Tanner Scott blew another save last night. Diamondbacks walk off the Dodgers in Arizona. 5-4 was the final while the Padres were beating Milwaukee 7-0, so that is snugged up to a 1.5 lead for L.A. They're even in the American League Central. Guardians beat the Tigers. Skubal pitched for Detroit, but Turek took the lead into the 6th, and then that blew up. So that 11-game lead from 20 days ago is gone, and they are even. Mariners clinched a playoff spot. They beat the Rockies, and we got a lot to do. 505-246-0610. What's good, boys and girls? Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Lots to do today. The NFL. Jackson Dart is your starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants. I want to get into this this drama that's going to happen in Dallas this week, and everybody's in love with this. And in reality, this should be a crummy game. Packers are going to see the Cowboys. Packers are coming off that loss to the Browns. Cowboys are coming off that loss in Chicago. Packers are considered a Super Bowl favorite. Cowboys are considered nothing close to that. Micah Parsons is going back to AT&T Stadium, and there's all the talk going on. Let me start here. Do you feel that Micah Parsons should have a tribute video when he goes back? Should there be, welcome back, Micah, and here's all the great things that Micah did when he was a Cowboy, and we miss you so much, and yay, Micah. I mean, do you feel that they should have that?
I don't think any player should get a tribute video until they're retired, or if you know it's their final season and it's a retirement tour. Like, the one thing that I don't get is why you have to have a video, and it's become a thing for so many players. Like, not even great players, just dudes that might have been in your team for 4 years.
That's correct.
Come back and you run a video. It's not disrespectful if a dude comes back and you don't have a, oh my gosh, where have you been? Thank you for the memories video for the fan base.
100%. Look, Micah Parsons is a really good player. Micah Parsons played 4 years at Dallas. Micah Parsons didn't change their franchise. Micah Parsons didn't lead them to the Super Bowl. Micah Parsons didn't save children drowning in a pool or people from a burning building. I can't agree with you more. I think the tribute videos are so overdone. It should be for someone who is incredibly impactful to your organization. Now, where do you draw that line? I don't know. I think it's a case-by-case situation. And you can find a guy that played baseball in Minneapolis that we don't know about, you know, like Maurer, the catcher that was there for a long time. He evidently he was so great in that community. I don't know why I went there, but I'm thinking of a franchise that you maybe don't follow much, that there's somebody that means so much to that franchise, that has been in that community, that maybe hasn't even been a all-star player, but has been there for 18 years or 12 years, and done so much, and then shows up with the Mets, and this is his last year, and you know what? Fans show their appreciation. I'm down with that. Cool. Micah Parsons played 4 years for the Cowboys. He's good, man. He's really, really good. Did Micah Parsons change the Cowboys franchise, the organization, the trajectory? He did not. It ended not amicably with him and the owner. Please stop with this, that he's being disrespected, that somehow they didn't put together a tribute video and they're not going to give him the key to the city and a brand new Ford and a cowboy hat and a rocket. Micah Parsons is 26 years old or whatever he is. Please, I'm glad you're on the same page with me as that. I'd love to hear someone tell me something different.
It's not disrespectful if you don't welcome back players, even if they were a face of the franchise player, which Mike Parsons was. You don't have to have a regular season tribute video for all these guys. Like, for me, if the social media team and the team puts out a statement like, hey, thank you, Micah, and you move on, I'm good with that, because every team does that. Like, players that have been on a team for 1 year, and if they leave in free agency or traded, they thank you. Okay.
Cool.
Don't have to have tribute videos for every person that was on your roster.
Yep. Welcome back, Micah. Good to see you in the hood. Right? Fine. All right, Jerry Jones, I'm glad you and I are aligned on that. If you feel different, if you feel that Micah somehow changed that franchise, that he deserves a tribute video, that they owe him a tribute video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm not sure you're going to be able to convince me, but I'd love to have this conversation because I need to hear the other side of this. All I've heard is people scream, I can't believe they're not doing it, but why should they? Why? Because it's the most overhyped, overblown thing. By the way, you're trying to beat it. Jerry Jones was on his radio thing on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas this week. Because he does that every week. Is there extra drive to win this week against the Packers? Because Mike is there. Do you feel that? Quote, yes, I do. Of course. I've said this time and time again. I think the world of Mike. As an individual and, of course, know him well. I might say I wish him well, except it's obvious I don't this weekend in terms the Green Bay winning this game, and so it makes for an exciting time. All right. Jerry was asked about the timing of the trade. Could it have happened sooner? Would it have allowed the Cowboys to get extra picks? Last year's draft, next year's draft, whatever. Quote, we needed this timing, this Jerry. We need to be right there at the beginning of the season, in my mind, to get the highest value. Really? I heard people talking about why didn't you trade him back before the draft? Because draft picks become the most valuable timing. You have them in the offseason before the draft. That's when the pick becomes much valuable, and the player becomes much less valuable if you're trading the player for potential picks. Really? What he's saying is I would have gotten less. This is where I maximize the value for the player. With all due respect, I disagree with that.
It's just when it happened. There's nothing about value or when to maximize value. It came down to the fact that he never budged. Both sides were entrenched. They thought they had something that wasn't there, and this was the point of no return, and thus when you traded him.
Look, that particular player, if it was known that he was on the market, instead of saying I'm not trading it, you don't believe there'd have been some sort of bidding war and you'd have gotten a lot more than those, than what you got? Because I absolutely do. I just absolutely do. But okay, I mean, I'll disagree with him. Look, I don't know what the spread. I'll tell you what the spread. I'm gonna guess the spread. It's Green Bay 6.5. Is that what do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is yet.
I'm gonna guess Green Bay 6.5. It is. It's Green Bay 6.5. What? I think Green Bay kicks the crud out. I just do. I think Green Bay's defense is really, really good. I think Dallas' defense is really, really bad. Green Bay's coming off a loss. It's going to be a tough week. They refocus. The Micah thing to them is real. That guy's in their locker room. It's personal to him, and his new brothers are going to rally around him. I think they're better coached. I think they've got better players. I mean, I hate taking road dogs or road favorites that laying this much, but I might have to lay 6.5 and lay the Packers.
That's one that is trending in that direction, and I'm not pumping the brakes on it. Because usually going into the weekend, there's a couple that you just feel so adamant about, and you're like, okay, let's take a quick step back and look at why we feel a certain way. For me last week, that was the Bears and Dallas game. Everyone was like, oh, Dallas is going to come in and just blow the doors off them. Like, no. This is the one, though, that I'm buying into the Packers trend. The Dallas defense is going to give up a ton of yards. I think Jordan Love and company are going to be hungry to bounce back, coming off what is a good Browns defense. But, they want to show that they can play with the big-time offenses in the league, and that means when there's an opportunity against a weakened defense, you got to put up the points like we've seen other teams do. That I'm with you, like especially no CeeDee Lamb, and we've seen what Green Bay has done to the Lions, the Commanders.
Yep.
All right, have fun with that downfield.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough week. Who steps up for Dallas receiving the ball? Right, so Pickens becomes your number one. Is Tolbert your number two? Is it Turpin your number two? Ferguson got all the looks last week. Where does Dak go? I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball with Javonte Williams against this defense like they've been running it against some of these other defenses. So is it Tolbert? Is it where are you going? CD's out. You going Turpin? I mean, it's got to be Tolbert. He's got to step up there, right?
Yeah, you just ran down the rest of the depth chart. That's who makes a play. Those guys are going to be on the field, and who emerges. I think it's going to be Jake Ferguson as the number 2 read most of the time outside of George Pickens. And then just based on what they call it in where the routes are run, those other guys can get their opportunity.
Yeah. I think this can get ugly. But again, I'm fine with them not doing the damn video. Guy was there 4 years. He was really good. By the way, and I know this is sacrilege and you don't like this, he wasn't the best defensive player in the league. He was one of them. He was okay against the run. He's a terrific pass rusher. I'm not calling him a one-trick pony. But, come on, man. And the way it ended, and no. Stop it with the tribute video. Go put one together, go on YouTube, find one for yourself, knock yourself out. Wear your Micah jersey. All right, 505-246-0610 is how to get here today. Area code 505-246-0610. Sean Ryder's going to be with us at 9 o'clock. We'll talk Lobos and Aggies rivalry. I want to get into that a little bit when we get back. What Jason Eck had to say a little bit yesterday about the rivalry. Not much different than what he said with us on Monday. So we'll get into some of that. Are you going to the game? Man, tickets are going. I can't tell you how many people have asked me for tickets. Like, I get tickets. Like, I don't have tickets, man.
What?
I know. Felt like
I need some tickets, man. What the heck?
It literally feels like it's bowl week on
Give me free tickets, Jeff.
I don't have them. But I want to get into that. Are you going? Are you excited about this? Because I think this can be really fun. I think there's an opportunity for this to be a really, really fun movie. So let's get into this game. 505-246-0610. You got a backyard that could be better. You got a front yard that could look nicer. Basic cleanup would be a good start. Maybe you want to do something bigger, something that you'll be really, really proud of and enjoy for years. LaBarge Landscape will make that happen for you. They came over to my place. My front yard looks, it's just insanely better. Like just cleaner, better, more presentable. Like I pull up every day, and I'm so glad that they were there. My backyard I've been in way more than I ever have been. LaBarge made it happen for me, and they'll make it happen for you. Over 32 years in this market, they've got over 80 years of experience. They will take care of you, and you'll be stoked. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured. That means they do what they say they're going to do. Remember, we all got in that little baggie with a couple rocks in our driveway. Hey, call this guy's landscaping company. And you don't know what you're going to get, and sometimes they don't finish the job and don't do it really well. LaBarge will over-deliver for you. They over-delivered for me. Look, maybe you have a pretty good idea what you want. They're going to make that happen. Just tell them, hey, I want this and this and this. They'll do it for you. maybe you're not sure. You know you want something, you got space, but you need some ideas. Have their design team come out. They'll look at the space you have. They'll drop a bunch of sketches until you find what you and your family are looking for, exactly what you want. Turn your maybe into reality. We spend a lot of time in our yards, man, and that's why we live in New Mexico. The weather is great year-round. Have something that you can really, really enjoy year-round and get years and years of enjoyment from it. LaBarge Landscape. Get a transformation in your yards and have LaBarge take care of you. 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000. Go to their website. It's labargelandscape.net. Click around the gallery. Look at the pictures there. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Coming up, it's here. Lobos and Ag. I was just bouncing around the website and looking at tickets. They're gonna have a crowd, dude. I mean, it's not that they're sold out, but they're gonna have a crowd. The student section is sold out. I think this should be good. The weather should be nice. Lobos are still 13.5-point favorites. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Scott Ray Humphrey has been practicing. Jason X said that the bye week has been good for him and getting him healthy, so you should have a healthy Scott Ray Humphrey back for this game. Aggies haven't been running the ball yet. Tony Sanchez talked about trying to get that running game going. Both coaches spoke yesterday. They spoke with respect about the other program and their long relationship that goes back to Cal High, back when Eck was at Idaho recruiting linemen. I was pointing for Tony Sanchez. JJ, I don't know. Do you have a feel on, like, do you feel this thing runs away, New Mexico? I don't think this is a runaway game. 13.5 feels thick to me simply because it is a rivalry game. I don't know that I think either team is that much better than the other. New Mexico's win over UCLA was really, really nice. I'm not going to downgrade that at all. They played well against Michigan. And I know what New Mexico State looked like in the fourth quarter in their last out. I still think these teams are pretty close in talent. And I might be proven wrong this weekend. I give the edge to New Mexico because they're at home. They're coming off a win. They've got a ton of confidence. They looked really good in their last outing. I will give the edge to New Mexico because I think their best win is more impressive than what New Mexico State has done. But I'm not I wouldn't bet the farm on this one.
No, I know the 13.5 is surprising to a lot of people. Yeah. And I've been talking to them over the last few days when they haven't heard this spread in just a rivalry game, looking at how teams got here, and are we really going to just use that one performance, whether Tuesday and La Tech, to show that big of a difference? I thought the Lobos would be decent home favorites. Yeah, 13.5 feels high just based on the way these teams have played, even looking at both of these rosters. But man, you see the ticket sales going up, the buzz is back. I know a lot of people wanted to play last weekend, worried is it going to be out of sight, out of mind? Not at all.
Yeah, there's a good buzz. I love that the student section sold out. X said he was informed that while he was at the podium yesterday. He says, well, now we need to make some sort of discount for students to get more students in there. And so he's thinking the right way. And does he get bonused on increased attendance? Sure he does. And good for him because he should. I mean, why? What was the last time there was this buzz? Do you think there was last year at all when Bronco was here? I don't know that I thought there was.
And there's more buzz for this game because it's not just New Mexico State.
Yeah.
There's 3-1, and then you talk yourself into 6+ wins the rest of the way.
Yep. For
each fan base after this game.
Look,
it's not just, it's a rivalry game, it's going to be a good day. No, there's a lot more behind this game than there has been in a long time.
Either fan base, whoever wins this weekend, is going to be 3-1 and halfway to bowl eligibility, right? And New Mexico State fan looks at their Conference USA schedule and says, I know there's at least 3, 4, 5 wins in conference. Lobo fan looks at their schedule and says, I know there's at least 3 or 4 wins in conference. Like, you're planning holiday bowl plans, right? I think that's right. Now, I would temper it until you get there because we've all been here before. Lobos were 1 win away from a bowl eligibility last year. They didn't win in Hawaii. No, that's why this is so big. That's why I also like playing this a little bit later in September as opposed to playing at the second game of the year. Like September 10th or something, where there is a little extra. And I've told you this, and I wouldn't mind playing this on rivalry weekend, right around Thanksgiving. You hate that, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
I am, because even on down years, even when they're both down, the game would mean something.
I don't think it would at that point.
See, I think it would.
If you're a 2 or 3 win team, people aren't coming back.
I think this
game
means something to people one way or the other. That would be the way to make sure you get.
Well, it means earlier in the season when you convince yourself that it can be a springboard, not if you're 2-7 going into the game.
Yeah. So you think this is the right time?
Yes.
The last non-conference game?
Yes, right here.
And it's not the last non-conference for New Mexico State. They'll play Tennessee in November. But before you jump into league play. Because the Aggies now go next week, midweek. They get a short week coming off of this. They got to play Sam Houston next week because it'll be October and Conference USA starts playing those midweek games. So they got, I think, 5 days to turn this thing around and play Sam Houston.
That's the NFL schedule.
I mean, you're getting paid, I guess. But yeah, where are you? Get in on it now. What is it? It's Wednesday already? Yeah, get in and make your call. A bunch of you are going. How does Saturday look for you? You got your tailgate set up. You got your people set up. You got what time are you getting out there? So many people are like, "Hey, I need tickets. Do you have tickets?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't have tickets. Like, they have tickets to the box office. Come on, man. Disrespect. I got one yesterday. Disrespect." I'm like, "Dude, I don't have tickets. I don't. I have my.
You don't run this game too?
Yeah, I don't run. Audra and I are going. I got my 2 tickets, man. We're going. But
you don't run. I thought you ran everything in this town. There's the mayor and then you.
Come by my our tailgate. We'll have some Admiral beverage in the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, and I told this person and come by, but I don't have tickets. But I know who does. The box office. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. We got more NFL stuff for you to go through as we get set for tomorrow's opener. I'll give you the keyword for your chance to win a whole bunch of money when we get back as well. There's more than just Micah going back this weekend. There's a lot of other storylines as well. What's happening with the Commanders quarterback situation, Broncos defense. I got a bunch of updates for you, so we'll do that at 505-246-0610. Where you going for lunch? Can I suggest Twin Peaks for you? Twin Peaks is a wonderful spot. They got lunch combos starting at $7.99. Crisp salads, savory soups and salads and sandwiches, and of course all the views that are Twin Peaks. Stop by there and enjoy yourself, and don't forget happy hour, because happy hour is terrific there, as is late night. And if you love bourbons, Twin Peaks has an exclusive collection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, and tequilas. Barrel Selects, handpicked just for you. Brunch is also on the menu. Wake up with scratch favorites and classic brunch drinks that will not break the bank. So whether it's late night or midday, they got you covered. Best food and cocktails after dark. Whatever time you roll in, Twin Peaks will be ready. And don't forget Twin Peaks as far as your football viewing destination. Every game is on the TVs there. 29-degree draft, scratch food, and, of course, the scenic views. Cowboy fans, do not miss your chance to win authentic jerseys every game day. And they got fireball shots, just $3.99 all day, every day, so you can spice up your next watch party without breaking the bank. Football, fireball, free jerseys. It's a winning lineup. Get to Twin Peaks. It's your ultimate game day destination.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico, This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are...
All right, you got a big NFL weekend that starts tomorrow here on the Sports Animal. Your home for the National Football League. It'll be Seahawks and Cardinals. If you listen to the NFL, you are listening to 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Right now is your shot at winning $1,000, $5K a day on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Text the national keyword, which is bread, B-R-E-A-D, bread. Text that right now to 95819. 95819. The keyword is bread. We'll text you back, confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't text and drive. Is it data or data? Is it either or either?
Either way works.
Either way does.
Yeah.
Right. I'm an either guy, but I had to go either because you went the other way. I think I go both ways on data and data. Organization or organization? I don't. All right, NFL stuff. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy was out of the walking booth. He's trying to get back quicker from that sprained ankle. Look, man, Carson Wentz looked great. Relax. Take your time. What if Carson Wentz Wally picks him? No way, right?
Not long term, maybe for this season.
I mean, that'd be something. Kevin O'Connell, the head coach. First and foremost, he's got to get healthy. And when you're in the phase of building up the 10,000 reps and 10,000 hours of what it takes to play the position at a very high level, which we know J.J. McCarthy is going to do, you can't cut corners on that. There's value in watching Carson Wentz play. 10,000 reps, dude. So what do you say? 10,000 hours and 10,000 reps. How many days is 10,000 hours? Like if you said 10,000 hours divided by 24 days, that's 460. So it takes a year and a quarter to get ready, of non-sleep to get ready to play football.
Takes a lot of time. Whatever you're doing, try to master that skill, learn a new skill. And I think Kevin O'Connell, he's showing us his hand. And it's, yes, they drafted J.J. McCarthy in the first round. They offered Sam Darnold a contract. Reports are that Daniel Jones was offered more guaranteed money to stay with Minnesota than he was to go to the Colts. But he saw the writing on the wall. J.J. McCarthy's a first-round pick, and he's going to be here. Whereas he probably talked to his people, heard the rumblings that they were further away from being that much invested in Anthony Richardson. He's like, I think I can go take that guy's job and play more than realizing they are going to give the first-round pick an opportunity that wasn't on the field last year. And now Kevin O'Connell is looking at his young quarterback, trying to say the right things, like, hey, let's slow it down, slow and steady. It's going to win the race. But J.J. McCarthy's, I can see him being back on that field, be like, all right, coach, I'm ready to go. He's like, you know what? Let's go take a couple more laps. Let's make sure.
Yeah, relax.
It's okay. Carson's got you. Take a couple laps and come back and watch him run the offense.
What do you mean, coach? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Like, what do you mean? Wait, no, I'm ready to go now, coach.
Like, it's all right. Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady.
Again, I got a sample size of 1, and they beat up on one of the worst defenses in the league, right? And they got how many defensive touchdowns? 2? Minnesota did? Like they kicked the crap out of Cincinnati. All right, and Cincinnati was playing also with a backup quarterback, a less experienced backup quarterback. Like, you know how I feel about sample sizes of 1, okay? And the sample was nice. It was really, really nice. Let me watch Minnesota now, and it's interesting. The next, I don't think the Steelers' defense is great. I know we went into this thing thinking the Steelers' defense was really good. I'm not sure I think they are. I got the Steelers, and then they got see what he does against the Browns, the Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions the week after that. Because they get the Steelers this week, then Carson Wentz or J.J. McCarthy gets to go up against the Browns, who might be the best defense in the league. The Eagles, who are pretty damn good. The Chargers have been spectacular, and the Lions are pretty good. Easy on my sample size of 1, if that's okay. Yeah. He was really good. By the way, on the Daniel Jones thing, brilliant move on his part to take less money, go get opportunity, believe in yourself, bet on yourself. I can go beat up that guy in Indianapolis who isn't very good. And again, they're 3-0, and I'm not ready to even put them in the playoffs, although they're in a really good spot. Daniel Jones hasn't turned the ball over yet. They got to play the Rams this week. I think this is a really interesting spot. They got to go to L.A. The Rams are coming off a loss. The Rams defense, that front seven, I think is terrific. I do believe this is the toughest test. Well, they beat the Broncos, right? I mean, he looked really good against the Broncos. Who's got a better defense, the Rams or the Broncos?
I think the Rams have the better front seven. The Broncos have the better secondary.
All right. Who's got the better fantasy defense?
All depends on who they're playing.
I think
because I'm sure everyone went into that Colts game going, the Broncos are going to feast on Daniel Jones, and he drops 316 on him.
Who the Broncos get this weekend? They get Cincinnati?
Jake Browning, who's coming off a 5-turnover performance.
So I've
against
never.
The Vikings.
I know we do this tomorrow. 2 idiots, too many teams. I've never, ever, ever, ever in my fantasy life kept 2 defenses on roster. I got
That's just sicko stuff right there.
There's no reason, but I got the Rams and I wanted to hold on to them. But the Broncos were sitting there on waivers yesterday to play this weekend against Cincinnati.
Defensive quarter over here.
I didn't want to give up the Rams defense for the season, but would you have cut him? You know who I cut? Jake Browning. I'll pick up another backup quarterback later. I got Josh Allen. I mean, I'm going to use the backup quarterback if he gets hurt or in a bye week. Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, by the way. 2 idiots, too many teams, as people are starting to panic on their fantasy football stuff. Starting to lose their mind. Michael Penix, rough weekend for the second-year quarterback at Atlanta. 18 of 36 for $172, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week. One of them was a pick 6. Raheem Morris is the head football coach of the the Atlanta Falcons. Quote on Penix, he was off. I don't want to take away from the fact that he didn't play well, but there are definitely ways to get him going. He has a C on his chest for a reason because he's going to walk down the sideline and bring us back together for him. If that's a lot of stress on a young quarterback and we can help him do some of those things, without a doubt, we'll do those things moving forward, get him ready to go. End quote. This is another one. JJ, I'm going to take the body of work, granted a smaller body of work, to form my opinion over the one really bad game. Everybody has a bad game. Even, dare I say, Patrick Mahomes. Did you watch Patrick Mahomes in the first half on Sunday night? I didn't know who the hell that was wearing 15-1. Even the greatest have bad games, and the younger ones, and I know Michael Penix is an older rookie, but the guys with less experience have more off games. I'm still all on Michael Penix Jr. Now, that team is schizophrenic. You don't know what you're getting week to week with Atlanta. I thought that was a brutal loss. To get beat 30-0 by a absolutely marginal Carolina team in a division game like that is unacceptable. But I'm not giving up on that dude.
You shouldn't be giving up on young quarterbacks when they haven't even started a half of season.
Yeah.
Even if they are in their second year, they've been their off-season program, you have to play the games. We have been spoiled with rookie quarterbacks the last few years. Like, Jaden Daniels doesn't have it. I know everyone's...
Was C.J. Stroud the year before?
Everyone's off of C.J. Stroud, but still looking at a dude like that. Did he not win a playoff game and win 10 games in back-to-back seasons? And the way we judge these guys is you either win a championship or you suck. And I understand that that's not a hot take, is if you don't say someone sucks, is there a bust right away? But sometimes you have to deal in reality, even in sports talk radio.
Yeah, look, all that's right. Give me a bigger sample size. If you've listened to this radio show, we've been doing this for 17 years. I've been doing it for a lot longer. I don't get too high or too low after one performance.
There was only one time I was that adamant about something.
And what was that?
And it was after watching Nathaniel Hackett on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, fair enough. You knew he was
with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
And I do have the one-time stamp tweet, and that's really like the only time I've done that, because I always tell myself, don't send a message in the first half of a game.
Yeah.
Because things change.
Yeah. They change dramatically. All right. Sean Ryder's going to be with us at 9 o'clock. We'll talk with the beat writer for Lobo Football. He covers Lobos for the Albuquerque Journal. I got a great question on here. And Frank, you can work on this, maybe get us an answer. This is from Bourne. It says Frank !4. When was the last New Mexico to Mexico State rivalry game without Mike Roberts or Jack Nixon behind the mic? That's a great question. And I mean, you got to go back to 70s, the 80s.
It was over. Was it 45 years for Jack Nixon?
Jack did 45 years, and Mike did close to 50 and retired, 10, 12, 13 years ago, 15 years ago. That's a great question.
60s?
Frank, I get to work on that. That's like Frank comes up with great stats and great info. I don't know how you dig that one up, but I'll work on the answer for you, Born. I don't know the answer. But we'll talk to Sean coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. So, true story on my chair. So the chair in my office with the Isleta New Mexico Bowl logo on it that Mike Waring at Mustang Home Goods made for me is going to become legendary. Somebody was sitting in it yesterday. Like, we're just at my desk in my office, we're talking, and like literally mid-sentence, like, dude, this chair is so freaking comfortable. And freaking wasn't the word. Yeah, it is. And it's beautiful, and it's insanely wonderful. It is art that is usable, or usable art. Mike Waring is the owner at Mustang Home Goods. Go to the website Mustang Home Goods and book a consultation with Mike to have him create beautiful art that is furniture for you. Furniture that fits you. You don't have to fit the furniture. The furniture fits you. It's something that will be a statement in your home, in your office, wherever it is. So a couple weeks back, Mike surprised me. I got called into the conference room. It's on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM. Go take a look at the chair. It's beautiful. And he surprised me with this thing. Mike's a retired Navy officer. He pours his heart into creating custom furniture for people of all shapes and sizes. If you've got an injury and you can't find a chair that works for you, he's going to fit it to you. He uses the adjustable ergonomics, and that's why this furniture fits you. But it's not just beautiful, it's insanely comfortable. Think about it for your bedroom, for your office, for your living room, for the patio. Mike is insanely talented. Go to his website, look at some samples. MustangHomeGoods.com. You'll see why I'm blown away. You will be as well. Then you're going to want to call Mike. You're going to want to do something special for you. If you are thinking about a holiday gift for that somebody special who buys everything for themselves, we all have that person. I might even be that guy. If I want something, I go buy it. People are hard to buy for. This is completely unique. It is beautiful. It's not just furniture. It's art. Call Mike. Get a hold of him. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com. It's MustangHomeGoods.com. Book a consultation. Let Mike help you tell the story in your home. It's Mustang Home Goods at MustangHomeGoods.com. Tell your story in your home.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dwight wants to know, is it a chair? What happened to your pillow, Jeff? Between the two of them, you must sleep like a baby. Well, I don't sleep in the chair. But I think I still have the pillow. I mean, I'm good with it. But yeah, no, my chair is sweet. Mud says Lobos will beat the Aggies by 30. Okay. I think Mud called the UCLA win, too. He's got the Lobos by 30. This is, I don't know who it's from, but it says, Jeff, I love the idea of having the rivalry game on Thanksgiving weekend. Also, like Kojak was saying, that needs to be a trophy. There needs to be a trophy for the winner, a traveling trophy. Yeah, they're working, like there should be. This is such a hard one for me. I'm glad that and Grammer's all over this. Like Grammer's, Jeff Grammer, the Journal, is like, this is his baby this week. The student sections have got together. He was showing me pictures of this brand new chili roaster.
It came to me, man. I had the inside track last Friday talking with the man who made the trophy.
Was that you?
Carlos.
Carlos made the trophy?
Yes.
So where, like, did he make it, or did he like go to Home Depot and buy a
he
chili roaster?
Bought the stuff to make it. You didn't make a chili roaster, but he bought the chili roaster and then put
there's chilies in there. I want to beat the crap out of it. Make it look like it's been 150.
It should actually, they should have roast some chilies in it.
Use the damn thing, make it
Saturday.
dirty, and like put the logos on it. And
next steps in the process, for sure.
And then whoever gets is going to paint it their color, right?
I think you should put the logos on it.
Yeah.
And then maybe.
How about my guy Mike over
at marking like the year?
But if Mustang Home Goods made a trophy, I'm just saying. Yeah. It'd be like my chair, and then you could sit in the trophy.
Doesn't disassemble too, and we can travel with it.
You see that thing? It was beautiful. All right, Sean Ryder next. Ryder on the radio. We'll wrap rivalry next. Beat writer from the Journal, covers Lobo football. And Frank, when was the last time no Jack Nixon or Mike Roberts? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial.
Gotta believe this is the biggest buzz around a home game that you've felt since you've been on this beat.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think you can kind of compare the 2023 NMSU UNM game a little bit, but because NMSU was coming off a bowl and there was some hope around UNM at that point, but no, this is definitely the biggest home game. I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
How many people have asked you for tickets?
Not a single soul, actually.
Really?
I'll be honest there.
Why is it me, man? Why does everybody think I got all the tickets? I just keep sending them the link to the box office. I don't have them. All right. Do you have a feel? Because I was just telling JJ, I give the edge to New Mexico because A, they're home, B, their win, their 3-game resume is a little more impressive than New Mexico State's, but I don't think that there's a huge difference between these two teams. I think 13.5 is thick, and I won't be stunned. Although if you're asking me to pick, I think New Mexico right now. But I won't be stunned if New Mexico State wins.
I don't think I would be entirely stunned either. I don't know if I think 13.5 is a little thick too. But the one thing that I will say is that yes, it's at home, and yes, I think UNM's resume is more impressive. The one thing that I kind of see here though is that to me the path for UNM coming into this game, being able to control this game from start to finish, is there. I don't think NMSU's defense is all that bad. The one really glaring thing to me, though, is that they can't run the ball. They're bottom of the country, 136 out of 136 FBS teams in rushing yards per game. That's 47.67. And that's not entirely, they don't want to run the ball quite like UNM, so maybe that's not the end-all, be-all. They don't run it that much. I think if UNM's able to come in and run the ball effectively from start to finish, I don't know if they're going to have the hardest time, kind of putting NMSU away. They're going to have to play a clean game in the secondary for sure. I do think Fife and a couple of these receivers are pretty dangerous. We'll see if they get King back. But I do think there's a much I don't want to say easier, but a greater chance for UNM to come in and control the game from start to finish.
I think that's. Do you believe Tony Sanchez has told us, and I look back at that tape, and Jason X said the same thing. The margin of victory Louisiana Tech had over New Mexico State is a bit deceiving. It was 24-14 going into the fourth. Fife dropped the ball, which is I don't know how much you've watched of it, but it was just a weird play. He just dropped the ball. Defensive touchdowns. The Aggies really did themselves in. The score is what the score is, but I'm not sure that tells the whole story. Do you buy into that?
Oh, no, absolutely, because the defense played like 99 plays, which is pretty crazy, right? And I mean, for what the defense gave up over 99 plays, because there were defensive touchdowns, there were interceptions, you're dead on. Just kind of a weird drop ball from Fife. I wasn't it wasn't a clean game from the offense by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely I wasn't looking at the defense there and saying, oh man, they just got pounded in Ruston or something like that. I thought I think it is a bit deceiving and all that too, and I don't know how many Lobo fans are kind of really cognizant of that at this point. I think they're just kind of seeing the score there, but no, I think deceiving is 100% the right way to put it.
Sean Ryder's with us. It's Ryder on the radio. He covers Lobo football, amongst other things, for the Albuquerque Journal.
Well, Sean, as you've dove into New Mexico State more, you've mentioned some of the run game, which we've talked about, but what is kind of standing out to you about who they are and the type of team that they're going to be bringing up to Albuquerque on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about last year with NMSU that made them just kind of difficult to watch, and I know you guys saw it too, was that they, just did not have adequate production out of the quarterback spot, right? And they didn't need another Diego Pavia to be effective, but they just did not have any adequate production whatsoever. I do really like Fife. I think Fife is a good player. I think he's shown it in the past. I mean, he's played against New Mexico in the past as well too. So fans should be familiar with him. When I look at them offensively, UNM is going to have to be very dedicated, very disciplined, against their screen game in particular, and something Eck kind of talked about yesterday. And then defensively too, I'll kind of help pound the drum a little bit on this too. I think this is a pretty solid defense, man. And you like the linebackers, you like Tyler Martinez. Sone is very good too. And I think they can do some damage, man. I don't know if it's going to, I think they're going to be able to keep UNM in check at certain points and all that too. And the thing that you kind of notice though offensively though is that it's been a real struggle for consistency at this point though. There are points where, NMSU is kind of flying high and doing a lot of great things all at once, and there's points where it's a 3-and-out after a 3-and-out after a 3-and-out, and they just go ice cold. And I do think 13.5 is thick, but I wouldn't be blown away if UNM did ended up covering, because NMSU had a little bit of a dry streak in the end.
What do you make of the rivalry factor in this game? And we talked to both coaches about this. I know you did too. People who watch the game, who cover it, know the rivalry. There's 60, 70 new guys on each squad that have never played in this game, and we talk about emotion. I don't know that you can manufacture that sort of a thing, but you had 2 weeks to build it up, so maybe they've heard enough of ex-players, been in the community, understand what it means. I always wonder, in today's day and age, with guys who go playing at 3 or 4 schools, and I've asked both coaches this, but I'm interested where you are, how much is it really different, or are we just trying to create some sort of hype?
I think it is different, right? I mean, and it's something, something Tony Sanchez was asked about, and I asked Jason Eck about it too. In a period where, for UNM in particular, where you've had so much coaching and roster turnover, it's not like you have the coaches kind of carrying this thing forward. Eck kind of, to a certain degree, said guys like Isaiah Solomon and Tavian Combs, the guys that have been here, Combs 6 years, and I believe Solomon 4 years now, and that played this rivalry a good deal. Those are the guys kind of carrying things on. They do bring in, they do bring in former players, and have brought in former players to kind of communicate that message. But I think it is a little weird, right? It's, because this isn't necessarily a big problem. Yes, there's transfers at the P4 level, but it isn't really a big problem with the Iron Bowl or whatever, right? Or I don't know, UNC, NC State or something like that. At places like this that are so vulnerable to losing big chunks of your roster year after year, it is a weird deal to kind of keep educating guys in the rivalry. But I do think there's still a considerable amount of passion, though, and I think the fans feel a lot of that. And I talked to Soman yesterday, and he's a guy that's been in the rivalry, and he said, like, hey, like, if I could cuss, I would say plenty of things about him. Like, this game means a lot to me, and he's clearly very invested in it. And I think there is a little bit of a deal where, whether on either side, if you haven't played it before, once you get in that game, you get a feel for it very quickly, and it kind of goes from there.
I think just the atmosphere is going to make it feel different. Sean Ryder's with us here on the Sports Animal.
Yeah, when they step on the field on Saturday, and if there's 28,000 people there, then they're going to know what this game is all about. Chance to go to 3-1 for both teams, and we've seen things change over the last few years with conference realignment. But what also makes this difference is it's a non-conference rivalry that's going to be played for the 115th time, and we've been going back and forth a little bit about when this game is played. Now, what do you think about an early season rivalry matchup?
Oh, I mean, I don't really mind it, honestly. I don't know if you guys would prefer it to be at the end of the year, but I don't particularly mind it, frankly. And I think it is a little bit of a crusher in the sense that, we've seen it in the past where this game can really kind of swing things. If you lose this game, right? Like, if you lose this game, you could lose a considerable amount of fan interest, right? Mm-hmm. But if you win this game, man, you are boosted, and it feels like the stakes, you guys kind of touched on it earlier, are a little bit higher in that sense, right? A 3-1 start for either of these teams would be pretty impressive, man. Put them on the inside track for a bowl game. And honestly, I think if either team loses this game, I don't think they would be out of contention for a bowl whatsoever. But I don't know if I totally mind the earlier in the schedule kind of setup for this game in particular. I don't know how it would really work in the end. I don't know what levers they would have to pull to get this game at the end of the schedule, but there's been years in the past where it's been the first game of the season, and I think I would prefer it probably be in the fourth game of the season.
Yeah, I like it a little bit further in, where you get a feel of what they both are, and the reality is, and for these two teams, somebody's going to be 3-1 and halfway to bowl eligibility before we hit October, before you have to say, when does basketball start, right? It's kind of, you've been doing this long enough around here to realize that's kind of a big deal.
No, it is, right? And even that even that 10-5 New Mexico team in 2023, right? And you knew that was pretty all right team at that point. You didn't know they were going to win 10 games by then, right? No. So 3-1 for either of those teams would absolutely be huge, man. And I like it. And I think it would be pretty neat if in the end, both teams did end up, kind of whoever wins, whoever loses, ended up making a bowl after that. Because I do think both teams can do it. There's just some kinks they got to work through.
All right, I got one for you. Ren sent me this, and I'm going to play this because we got to get into this. It's his question for Ryder, like the Wednesdays. Jeff, with your conference shaky, your fans nervous about the longevity of your football coach. Is there a worse time to have a lame duck president? Kind of leads into a number of things. Look, I don't want to think X out the door, but I don't want to be naive to think that I don't read what I'm reading. 3 games in, he's been good. Now, look, if they go 5-7, he's probably not out the door. I'm not worried about UCLA. I don't think I'm too worried about like an Oklahoma State. But if Wisconsin comes, his alma mater, where the way I understand it, one of his former teammates is the AD, Barry Alvarez is still there, Big Ten. That's the one that I would say, you know what, good for you, man. Best of luck. You turn this thing around, and as tough as it would be for this fan base to do it again 4 years in a row, that's the one that I'm kind of looking at saying, all right, I'm keeping my eye on that, even though it's a $28 million buyout and it's not open.
Yeah, the holdups there, like you said, are the buyout, because the buyout is huge. Like, it might be a little bit more than $20 million. Now,
well, and then X got a $4 million, right? Is that what X buyout right now is $4 million?
X buyout is $4 million, and that Wisconsin buyout is like, I want to say, it might be a little bit lower than $25 million, but it's around that range. And then you got to factor in, okay, what will they negotiate and all that to kind of get that number down. So that's kind of the big holdup there too, right? Do they pull that trigger and make that happen? But yeah, if you watch that Maryland game, that was kind of, I don't want to say disturbing is too strong a word.
It was rough.
It did not exactly inspire any warm feelings there.
Are you concerned about it? I just think we'd be naive to ignore everything, but yet I'm not ready to jump and say, I don't think X looking to leave. Like, I don't think he's out there saying, get me the hell out of here. But I think we'd be not doing anybody a service if we don't acknowledge the reality that there might be something that might be, I don't know if eminence the word. dude's doing a hell of a job in three games.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it would be a disservice to not acknowledge it. I think it would be a bit too much to be 4 games. It's not even 4 games then at this point, and to be concerned about it, right? We've still got a lot of season left. It's not like he's going to get up and bolt midway through the season. And, other programs, and this is going to be a busy coaching carousel. There's going to be some other things pop up. And there'll be links there to other programs as well, too. And I think the Wisconsin deal, the element of that job that's interesting to me is that whether Chris McIntosh, the AD, that is there right now, is there or not, I think Eck will be to Wisconsin. If that job does open, I think he will be an attractive candidate regardless. I don't know what McIntosh's future looks like at Wisconsin. The vibe I kind of get is that there is a considerable amount of discontent with how he's kind of maneuvered the athletics department as a whole there, but also the fact that now they're a little bit, I don't want to say handcuffed, but there's this massive buyout for this coach that really isn't working at the moment. And there are some Wisconsin fans that are fans, but weren't happy how Jim Leonard, the interim in 2022, ended up getting treated as they kind of moved him out and brought Fickle in. And we all thought on the outside it was a home run hire, but I guess, obviously it has not been a home run. It hasn't even been a fluke single.
Which makes even more sense why they would go internal, a guy who played there, an offensive lineman, back to their culture. I mean, everything, I agree with you. No matter who the AD is, X name is going to be up there. All right, I got one more thing for you to look into. I got a text this morning. When was the last time the Lobo Aggie football game was played without Jack Nixon or Mike Roberts behind the mic? I've reached out to Frank as well. Got to be like in the 60s. Just another little tidbit for your column as you go through the week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got to be. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be back. But, that's pretty crazy to think about, man.
Before all of us. Read him every day. He's in the Albuquerque Journal. You can go to abqjournal.com or pick up the actual physical Albuquerque Journal. They do post-game shows, him and Grammer do, and all kinds of social media content, so follow him on the social media as well. And you can catch him every Wednesday here right around the radio at 9 o'clock on the Sports Animal. Sean, good to see you yesterday. We'll catch up with you this weekend. Enjoy what should be a really, really fun game.
Good talking to you guys, as always.
All right, be well. Sean Ryder, Albuquerque Journal. I know I say this every week. I think he does a really, really thorough job. There's a lot of grammar in his articles now, like as far as the details and the snap breakdown, right? But I think their coverage is really, really good.
Big fan of Sean Ryder. Does a great job. He's invested in it. Love his passion, and he got 2 really good beat writers right now.
Yeah. What do you think of what he said about Eck and the Wisconsin? I agree with him. No matter who the AD is, he's attractive because of so many factors, not the least of which is his success and how good he is.
Yeah, it's the success, the connections, but he's a football guy known around the country as a good football coach.
Well, and becoming more and more known, right?
Yeah.
And you get a high-profile win like that, gets his team. Let's see what happens. And again, I don't want to panic. I'm not going to lose my mind. But I just think it's a disservice if we don't acknowledge what's out there. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Channel.
Joy.
Artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
But was Mike doing it in 85? I don't think that's the answer, right? I didn't say both of them. I said either or. Or I didn't say it. That's the way the question was phrased. This is all great stuff. I didn't know all this. So if you're telling me Mike goes back to 66 and Jack goes back to 76, and 65 is probably the answer? I'm not sure when in there Mike went up to Washington for that year. I know the text line says he went up, but it doesn't say when. And then came back. But I'm kind of leaning towards it was 60 years ago.
That's just crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Would you have a problem with that thing being called the Roberts-Nixon chili roast?
No, I think it's neat. I like it.
I mean, who's more invested in that rivalry than those two gentlemen? And who's seen more rough football than those two gentlemen, right? David says, I believe Mike Roberts started doing Lobo games in the late 60s. Not sure exactly what year, probably 67 or 68. Nixon started late 70s, early 80s for the Aggies, question. Yeah. Oh, this is a great history lesson. And you know this kind of stuff fascinates me anyway. Yeah, if you got it, tell me. I'm listening. I know Frank's in on it as well. Boy, I sure hope they don't repeat history, Dan says. Jeffrey and Juan Jose, I hope they don't throw a bunch of money at Eek, thinking that is going to keep him similar to what happened to Patino the year before he left. I think, look, first of all, I think there's already a...
But he doesn't get the money if he leaves.
I think there's already an effort to raise money to keep him. As there should be. And I get it, it's three games in, but I don't know. You guys tell me, and I would lean on Dan or some of the critics like this. When was the last time you felt this buzz around Lobo football? And I love Danny Gonzalez as a human being, and I think he's a really good football coach. And I wanted Danny to succeed here, and I thought Danny did everything in this community right, and I thought that they should not have fired him. I've been on the record. I don't know that there was this kind of buzz, you know, and again, it's always around the Aggie game when it's here. When New Mexico and New Mexico State play in Albuquerque, there is always a big buzz, right? There always is. It's in the population center of our state. It's usually early enough in the season where both teams have some hope, and this year they're both 2-1, so there is some optimism. But if this can sustain, and they put a crowd in there, and I think that, JJ, when's the next home game after this? They go to San Jose next
Friday.
Friday.
At San Jose State, then at Boise State. So it's Nevada.
So if they could sustain it, right, so they got to win one of those games on the road. But if they can sustain it, and you've got this energy, which means revenue, then Dan, start looking at figuring out how you're keeping it. And I don't care what you throw at them here. If Wisconsin comes calling with $5 million a year, whatever they're going to offer, you know, that kind of deal, back to your alma mater, I mean, you're not going to be able to keep them. But can you keep them away from, I don't even know, you know, somebody said, where I got the text earlier, this is from Gopher. It says, obviously I'm concerned. Am I the only one who thinks Eek would look, they call it Eek, would look really good running down the ramp at T-Bone Pickens Stadium? Does that feel like a job for him? I mean, I don't know what fits anymore, man. Money's money. All right, 505-246-06. We're getting the phones when we get back. I want to hear what you have to say on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
It's an NFL doubleheader on.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go.
Couple things. I think everybody's getting ahead of themselves with Coach Eck leaving for a big time Power 4 conference team. He's 2-1, and if he becomes a candidate for Wisconsin or Oklahoma State or even UCLA, that means the Lobos probably went 9-3.
That's right.
8-4, won a bowl game. So if he does become a real candidate for those jobs, then that's great for the University of New Mexico, because we're going to be able to hire another coach with a team that finished like that. So that's my first take. Second take is I hear that the student section is sold out already for the game this weekend, so that's got to be big news. I wish you guys could get a hold of Frank Daly and get an update on ticket sales, because I was in New Mexico Looks yesterday up by Coronado to get the wife and the grandson a shirt for the Cherry Out. They don't seem to have red shirts for my kids, but they have plenty of other colors. But that place was packed. I'm telling you, there was about 20, 25 people in there buying red shirts. I talked to people at New Mexico Looks. They said they've been busy all week, people coming in, getting shirts for the Cherry Out. So I do think it's probably going to be over 30,000. And then one more little quick take. I think Coach Eck's idea of having a traveling trophy is a good idea. I'm going to throw in my little 2 cents and my idea. How about the golden sombrero? What if we have a golden sombrero that has the Lobos helmet on one side, the Aggies helmet on the other side, and goes back and forth? just an idea. Let me know what you guys think.
Actually, I really like the idea. Thanks, Anthony. I like that a lot. I don't mind the chili roaster thing. Feels like a trophy should be something that you can like hold up in the air. A big giant chili roaster. I mean, look, I just have something. A rivalry that is 115 years old should have something.
The Golden Sombrero is good. It just reminds me of striking out 4 times, though, too.
Ooh.
In a baseball game.
Yeah, that's what they do call that. They do call it that.
And if something else comes from it, I think that's okay, but I like that. At least there was passion and people trying something. And the students showing their passion, selling it out, saying, hey, let's get this trophy. Because, yeah, maybe it's not something you can carry, but it's presented on the sidelines, man.
Yeah,
like it's going to be sitting there on the sidelines, rolling in and out. I love your idea of making some wear to it. Yeah, it's brand new. Maybe roast some chilies on it, like Saturday before the game, even like at the student tailgate, and then you could put some logos on it. Like just breathing life into this rivalry,
100%.
which is good and is much needed on the football side.
I have no negatives about this. None. I love that, there were, like I said, it used to be the Maloof Trophy, and then there was a bank name on it for a while. And
my biggest thing, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, is just the fact that if you need a sponsor for a trophy, it doesn't mean anything.
I totally agree with that. I absolutely 100% agree. But this is a 115, and it's more than 115 years. It's 115 games, and there's been times that it wasn't played. It should have something. It should have something tangible to hold up and sing your fight song around. And yeah, I'm glad they're doing. I got zero qualms with it.
Maybe I don't know, but something even not necessarily the trophy, but yeah, you could have like the mask, like a stuffed mascot of the other team dressed as a chili. You throw it in there if you win or something, and roast it up right after the game, like the rallies. Like,
I think they should make up a legend of this thing and just like go back and tell old stories. I want to hear this was old Biff Harrington's chili roaster back in Hatch, New Mexico, back in 1926, and he used it as a tackling dummy, and old Spike Hampton, and just like I love all that old stuff, right? When you see the brass boot and the old whatever skillet and the musket and all these trophies that play for, I think it's great. Does it add to the rivalry? I don't know. Maybe it does a little bit. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of, yeah, to actually have something tangible to hold up. Yeah, it kind of does. People tell me bowl games don't matter, but when teams win that trophy and hoist that thing up, and it doesn't just have to be hours. I mean, look at every game around America when they win a trophy. There's something to it. Something tangible that you're actually playing for. Yeah. So I salute the students on both sides. I think it's great. I wouldn't have a problem if they, put Mike and Jack's name on it and called it the Robert Smithson Trophy. A long time. I mean, when we're sitting here having a conversation that's been probably 60 years since the last time this game was played without one of those guys calling it, it's just bonkers. I just want you to think about that.
Yes, it's just wild.
Yeah. See, I mean, if that in fact is the number 1965, I know we're bouncing a lot of stuff around here. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, 505-246-0610. You guys are going out this weekend. Where's the tailgates? How early going out? Going to the game? Who's got tickets? Who's got tickets, man?
Come on, Jeff. I know you got tickets.
We'll get into all that. I got a little NFL stuff for you. Tom Brady spoke. Tom Brady is talking today about defending himself against the distrust over his dual roles. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame nominees are out this morning as well. Go through some of those. We'll do that when we get back. Still have time for you to get in at 505-246-0610. Prize Picks. You make decisions every day, right? We all make decisions every day. Download Prize Picks, make a few decisions, and have it pay off for you. Prize Picks, when you're right, you get paid. You don't miss any of the excitement. In fact, it enhances your excitement. Football season's here. Prize Picks, man, it's good to be right. It's the best way to cash in on the Cowboys, on the Broncos, on the Steelers, whatever your favorite team is. Cash in all football season. Which players are going to go off? Which ones are overhyped? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. I just played Monday night I hit on 4. Basically, you go in, you say more or less on 2 to 6 different pieces, right? So for me, it was Lamar was good, 197.5 points, more or less. I went more. Hit. Derrick Henry, 87.5 yards rushing. I said less. Hit. The kicker for Tyler Loop for Baltimore, more than a half a field goal. I said more. Got it. Jahmyr Gibbs, more or less, half a touchdown. More. Got it. I cashed. That's how easy it is. You go in, you download the app, and you pick it, and you have fun. And you watch. Look, you're watching the games anyway, right? Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks. That means you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards or rush yards or touchdowns? You can do all of them. All of them, the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. Go download the app. It's Prize Picks. Use the code KNML. KNML. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Enjoy yourself, man. This is a good time. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This is Boomer Esiason.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. find it on ProView Networks. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
106. What? Opening drive, Jefferson Beata, JJ Buck. Tuesday, so that would be yesterday. Sister Jean. Remember Sister Jean at Loyola of Chicago? She turned 106 years old. On her birthday, she announced she will retire. She's stepping away from the university, essentially retiring from her on-campus duties. She was the team chaplain for the men's basketball team. Remember the Ramblers made that run to the Final Four back in 2018? She had the maroon and gold, and the scarf, and showed up, and the team rooted for her. And at that point, she was coming up on 100 years old and became this character. So she's now retired. Enjoy your retirement, Sister Jean. You've earned it. Hopefully it's a long, healthy retirement. 106, dude.
Dang.
I love what I do. I hope I retire before I'm 106. I mean, I'm as blessed as anybody I know. I got some great jobs. I know how lucky I am. But before I'm 106, I want to hang it out. Just enjoy a little bit. Just chill. That's just me. 505-246-0610. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning. A little more information. Mike Roberts started in 1966 as the voice of the Lobos.
All right. When did he go to Washington?
All the way to 2013.
Yeah, but when did he go to Washington? I guess
one year. I'm pretty sure that year was 1970.
Okay, so that would be the answer then, 1970, because Jack, according to the Jason email I got, let me find that again. Jack started in 76, and then took a hiatus from 82 to 85. So if Jack started in 76, Mike missed 1970, so 1970 would be the answer, right?
I think so, because I'm pretty sure if now I'm 70 years old, so I'm testing the limits of my memory. But Bob King was the coach.
All right, basketball.
And because Norm didn't start coaching the Lobos until 74, and I was a student at UNM, and by then Mike Roberts was back and he was a fixture. And it was I got to know Mike really well. And in fact, I was the one that prepared his last will and testament when he didn't get the job as play-by-play. I don't know if you know the story, but Paul Krebs made him apply for the job. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, and so Paul Krebs wanted a resume.
For a job that he'd been doing for 45 years?
He was pretty disappointed.
For a job that he'd been doing 45 years, he made him reapply and give him a resume?
Yeah, and he wanted a resume for Mike, and Mike came to my house. He goes,
what do I do?
Can I borrow your word processor? And I said, Mike, you need to go to Quarters, eat some ribs, take the napkin, wipe your mouth with it, and write on it, Mike Roberts, voice of the Lobos, 44 years and turn it in. I thought that was so insulting. I've never been more insulted in my life, and it wasn't even me. Mike didn't have to apply for anything, and I really, you'd go to a hotel to check in, and the clerks would go, "You're Mike Roberts,"
because they knew his voice.
Everybody knew Mike Roberts' voice, and because he had that voice.
That's right.
He was somebody that should never be forgotten. But
what do you think of putting his? What do you think
about that?
What do you think of putting his and Jack's name? Like, and this, we're just mumbling out our lower crevice a little bit today. But what do you think of naming that trophy the Roberts Nixon chili roaster?
Why not? I mean, those two men are as New Mexico as it gets.
Well, they're more vested in that rivalry than anybody. I mean, like, dude. Yeah. Granted, they never made a tackle, but I mean, if you want to tell me that Mike did it from '66 to 2013, missed 1970, and Jack did it for 40-something years. I mean, that's 100, right? 100 games in there between the two of them. Like, who's more vested than them?
They pretty much covered almost every game of the rivalry, in modern time. Yeah. But I think it's a testament to loyalty and to what you can do. I don't know if it's Jason Eck's time to leave. Last night was pretty funny because he comes in to Lobo Talk wearing the bowling shirt. Have you seen the bowling shirt that his wife got for him?
No.
It's red and white. It has the Lobo shield, and it says Lobos on the back. And it's a really nice shirt, bowling shirt. And he goes, I got to be honest, I don't think this thing's officially licensed, but I'm going to wear it anyway.
Like Fernando Lobo's going to sue him for it. Yeah.
Some website. But I really think that he understands why he took the job here and how hurt this fan base was. And I just don't think it's his time. I don't know what's going to happen at Wisconsin, and I don't know that they're going to pull the plug on Luke Fickell, because I think what's going on in Wisconsin has more to do. It's way above Luke Fickell. Wow. There's something going on there where they're not either paying NIL to get the players or whatever. You're only as good as your players.
Look, yeah,
you can be Newt Rockne, but if you have bad talent, especially in the Big Ten, it's going to show up.
Mike
really quick. So we'll
Loxley's
see what happens going forward.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to focus on this Saturday and New Mexico versus New Mexico State. It ought to be a blast.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Take care.
I did not know that story, that Mike had to apply for the job. Didn't know that. All right, so the answer is 1970 then. So if Mike started in 66, and the year that he went to Washington and came back was 1970, and Jack started in 76, then the answer would be 1970, right? So it's either 1965 or 1970. So it's either 60 years or 55 years. It is still an amazing run. And the question is, when was the last time the Lobo Aggie football game was played without either Mike Roberts or Jack Nixon behind the mic? Mike, of course, the longtime voice of the Lobos. Jack retired last year as the 40-something year voice at New Mexico State. Yeah. I mean, and now, crazy. You had Mike Roberts and Jack Nixon, and now you're following up with a new legacy. I like two guys who you guys both like got me, right? J.J. Buck and Adam Young. I like the Nixon Roberts Nixon chili roast. I think that is so cool. Don't you think that's cool? Yes. Like it. I don't know that way those guys, because I mean, tell me who's more vested in that rivalry. Anybody over the last 115 games than those two gentlemen. I mean, I'm gonna text Carlos right now. That idea. All right. Do I get credit for that idea? Yes. All right. All right. Tomorrow, Jerry Palm is going to be with us. Looking forward to talking football with he of Palm Brackets. Get a national view on this. Working on some players for you. I can't make you promises, but I've got requests out to sports information directors at both the universities, New Mexico and New Mexico State, to try to get some players in to talk about the rivalry. Friday, Fernando Lobo is going to be with us. I don't know if he's in studio or going to be just with us, but we'll talk to the athletic director at UNM. And I did see a report yesterday out of the Las Cruces Sun-News on the athletic director's search at New Mexico State, which said that Amber Burge, who is the acting athletic director at NMSU currently, is not going to get the permanent job, that she has been basically told that she is not going to be one of the 3 finalists for that job. And while it did not list the finalists, I think I got a pretty good idea who they are. But the Las Cruces Sun News put that out, that she is not going to get that job, that she's going to go back to her former job. That was part of the deal when she took over as the acting athletic director back in, well, it would be the second. She'll take over as the SWA, the senior women's administrator, deputy Title IX coordinator, and deputy AD for strategic initiatives and leadership. Her quote was, "It's disappointing because anytime that you get into an opportunity like this, you get really invested and you really want to see it's disappointing for me, but it's also exciting for the institution. I want New Mexico State to do well, and I will help the next AD transition. I'll be here to help them transition to the role and support them in this role." So there will be a new athletic director at New Mexico State, and I got to believe we're getting really close. The way I understand it, they're down to 3 finalists. I got to believe we're a week to 2 weeks away from having the next person. So that's that. All right. What do I get tonight? I get the baseball. The baseball. 5 games left in the regular season. Dodgers and Diamondbacks tonight. Guardians and Tigers tonight. Pretty good stuff.
So, just so you know, Jeff.
Yeah.
I passed it along.
Yeah.
That Symbieta brought up this, and they're going to take it to the council.
Oh, the council. Does the council even know who those 2 gentlemen are?
And it could be named that by this weekend.
All right. I mean, does the council know who those gentlemen are?
They're going to learn. It's what it's about, right?
It should be. Thanks to Sean Ryder for being with us. Great work on the TV side, Adrian. Looks great. Heard with Colin Coward's next. Jim Rome's after that. I believe you get A. Marie this afternoon, and then we're back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with award-winning radio. He's J.J. Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. A big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green?